Welcome back. I'm Karl Konrad, and as the founder of Australian Immigration Law Services, I'm here to make sure you get your visa. What is a visa condition? A visa condition is a requirement that is placed upon you after you've received your visa. Now, visa conditions commonly apply to temporary resident visa holders, so to ensure they do what they're meant to do while they're in Australia. For example, such as work in a specific number of hours, working in specific regions, or even disallowing a person from successfully applying for further visas whilst they remain in Australia. Visa conditions are legal obligations, and breaching a visa condition might get your visa cancelled, and this will make it difficult to be granted any further visas. Condition 8539 affects those on the State Nomination Stream Skilled Regional 489 visa, requiring that they physically live, work and study within specified postcodes of Australia. Those on the Family-Sponsored Skilled 489 visa are bound by Condition 8549, and those on the either stream of the 491 visa will have Condition 8579. Now, Condition 8539, 8549 and 8579 essentially mean the same thing. Each relate to a different set of postcodes within Australia. I highly recommend that you watch our previous episodes before continuing, where I explained all the different visas and different lists of postcodes that apply to each visa. On the 16th of November last year, the 491 visa replaced the 489 visa, which you can no longer apply for. On the 491 visa, the additional conditions 8580 and 8581 allow the Immigration Department to have more power over monitoring exactly where you're living, working or studying. Now, last week when I spoke about whether you have to stay in a state or regional areas that sponsored you, remember you can live in any number of locations in Australia so long as you're within the list of postcodes that relate to your visa. There is no requirement that all of your residency must be in a single place, and certainly, as I've said before, it does not need to be in the state or regional area that sponsored you for your visa. Today we're going to answer some important questions about travelling, how your family is affected, and what it means to breach this condition. It is important to understand these visa conditions. I have to remind you that if you do not abide by your visa conditions, you run the risk of the Immigration Department cancelling your visa. I'm sure that is something you would rather avoid. You should also try not to use the COVID-19 pandemic as an excuse not to meet your visa conditions, for that approach may not work out as you hope. You must also be aware that if you plan to apply for permanent residency later on, you must have substantially complied with your visa conditions, or it is unlikely that your visa will be approved. You'll find a link in the description below in the ME News article we wrote that explains what substantial compliance means. You may be surprised that it does not take much to be considered to have breached your visa condition. For example, the government's policy is that you're in Australia when your 489 visa is granted, you have 3 months to move into the regional area with the eligible postcodes for that visa. The government considers that more than 3 months is spent in areas where you shouldn't be, such in the city areas of Sydney or Brisbane. This is viewed as a possible breach of your visa condition. So it doesn't take a lot of time before the breach of visa condition 8539, 8459 and 8579 may actually occur. Of course, these conditions do not apply when you're outside of Australia. This means you can spend many months living in your home country, sitting on the beach and not be in breach of your visa condition. Conditions 8359, 8459 and 8579 ask that you live, work and study in postcodes eligible for your visa, but it doesn't restrict you from visiting other parts of Australia. You are free to travel to be tourists wherever you wish in this country, so long as you visit it is of a temporary nature and you're not trying to establish a residency there. Those of you who may have girlfriend and boyfriends in areas where you cannot live, don't worry, you are free to visit them regularly. There's no requirement for you to inform the Immigration Department of all your temporary visits throughout Australia, when you lodge your application for permanent residency. These 3 conditions affect all family members under your visa, so that means you cannot send your children or another family member to study in a city with the postcodes where they're not meant to be. Now, whilst on the topic of study, you are not meant to study outside the areas specified for your visa. This includes leaving your eligible areas to travel to non-eligible area to undertake a course. Many people have asked me if they can study online where the education provider is in the city of Sydney or Brisbane. The answer is yes. You can study online as long as you're physically in an eligible area whilst you are studying. When it comes time to lodge your permanent residency applications, whether it's a skilled regional 887 or 191 visa, you must provide detailed evidence of your residency throughout your stay in Australia. We have written a number of articles regarding residency requirements, so hop on over to our IMI News on our website and check them out. So thanks for watching today. We plan to cover other visa conditions and what they mean with regard to making successful permanent residency applications. Subscribe to our channel so you won't miss those episodes. Take care out there, and we look forward to seeing you next time. So bye for now.